According to a Russian blogger in contact with military personnel, losses among Russian forces from different types of drones amount to half of all losses experienced on the front. Both FPV and drone bombers present significant challenges. However, countering these drones proves exceedingly difficult due to the rigid nature of the Russian production system. On the contrary, Ukrainian production, distributed among numerous small-scale producers, including numerous volunteers, demonstrates effectiveness in the conditions of limited supplies from partner nations. Yesterday, we discussed the share of losses from FPV drones with one volunteer corps officer. At least half of all 200 to 300 dead and wounded are drones. In some sectors of the front, in addition to FPV, drone bombers are a big problem. Very often attacks occur during rotation during entry and exit from a position. Each unit is trying to solve this problem in its own way. Some successfully use sniper pairs, especially against agri-drones. Others use shotguns or machine guns with thermal imagers. Jammers, especially compact ones, are very important. However, they do not provide 100% protection. On one section of the front, the enemy flies on certain frequencies and the jammer works. On others, the frequencies are not standard, and most of the jammers turn into bricks. There is no single army solution to this problem. In such cases, it is necessary to give the initiative down so that each unit itself has the strength and means to fight enemy drones. For now, this is all happening privately through horizontal connections. It seems to me that someone should already calculate the physical damage in people and rubles and show it to the head of state, so that this problem becomes a priority for everyone. The further course of the war will be largely determined by the number of shells fired. Bohdan Miroshnichenko wrote for a Ukrainian media Ekonomikna Pravda. I translated some of his main points for you. According to CNN, earlier this spring, the Russians were firing 10,000 shells a day, while the Ukrainians were firing only 2,000. U.S. aid package should improve this situation, but will not fix it completely. According to Ukraine's main Directorate of Intelligence, GUR, Russia will produce 2 million artillery shells in 2023 and plans to reach 2.7 million in 2024. According to more pessimistic estimates by CNN's sources, Russians will produce 3 million rounds of ammunition this year. Additionally, Russia imports shells from DPRK and Iran. In 2023, imports from these countries are estimated at 1.5 million and 0.3 million shells, respectively. The production capacity of the 27 EU member states in 2023 was only 0.7 million shells. According to the European Commissioner for Internal Market, Thierry Breton, EU will reach a capacity of 1.4 million shells per year in 2024. In March, the European Commission invested an additional 500 million euros in the industry, expecting to increase this figure to 1.7 million. In total, the EU could produce more than 1 million shells for Ukraine in 2024. The final figure will likely be higher if a political decision is made to freeze exports of shells to other countries or to increase the capacity of factories beyond their planned capacity. But that will still not be enough compared to Russia producing over 2 million shells. In the United States, the situation with production is also unfavorable at the moment. In April, they reached a shell production rate of only 0.4 million per year with the prospect of scaling up. However, the United States can contract factories in allied countries and provide ammunition from stockpiles. Also, during the 2 years of full-scale war, the United Kingdom provided Ukraine with 0.3 million artillery shells. This was mostly assistance from stockpiles. Nothing is known about the level of production in the UK, but it too faced the problem of increasing output. The exact amount of ammunition Ukraine produces each month is kept secret. But according to Strategic Industries Minister, in 2023, Ukraine has increased its production of mortar shells 42 times and artillery shells 3 times. Such large relative numbers are mostly due to the development of new types of ammunition and low production levels at the beginning of the invasion. The surge in demand for artillery shells was a shock to the entire production chain. The bottleneck that hinders production has turned out to be not the explosives that fill the ammunition, but the propellants that give it the velocity it needs. Gunpowder is also critical and in deficit. Russia, too, has a shortage of gunpowder, but it inherited Soviet gunpowder factories and imports key components for it, nitrocellulose and cotton. from Turkey, China, Uzbekistan, and Kazakhstan. The reluctance of these countries to impose sanctions significantly supports the Kremlin's production capabilities. To summarize, the EU, the US, and the UK are 2 to 3 times behind Russia and its allies in the production of shells for Ukraine. To compensate for this gap, Czech President Petr Pavel has launched an initiative to buy more than 1 million shells in 2024. The list of suppliers has not been disclosed, although it is known that Russia's partners are among them. Ukraine's allies will finance these contracts. It is clear that the shell race will continue, and the advantage is not yet on the side of Ukraine and its allies. This is how many Russian soldiers who go to war in Ukraine live. Violence is exploding in Georgia because the regime wants to pave the way for the people to go to Moscow instead of Brussels, Paris, London, and Berlin. Georgia is in danger of losing all the European perspectives of the last 20 years. Devastating. My children were happy when I was wounded because that meant I won't go anywhere. Lizia Litvinova, a sapper and mother of 5 children who serves in the Ukrainian army.
Я була впевнена, що я їх більше ніколи не побачу. І це було дуже страшно, не за себе, за них. Далі вони чекали, вони в мене молодці. Якщо думати там про дітей, можна з'їхати з глузду. Вони дуже ображаються, коли я про це говорю вголос. Що там я про вас намагалась думати менше. Якщо думати про дитину, як ти в неї хочеш, як вона там без тебе, ти кроку не можеш зробити. Я дуже боялася сказати їм про поранення, коли я вже була в шпиталі. А вони видихнули. От несподівано для мене, вони зраділи. І це була така: ура! Мама поранена і певний час нікуди не піде.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.